In the previous tutorial, we had this function to display a message depending on this variable, and this function was a void function. So in this tutorial, we will understand how can we use the if-else-if format. And that means in this example, if you remember, we have to display the huge or not huge message depending on the value of the temporary variable on this variable. If it is bigger than 100, it's gonna display this is huge. If not, that means the else means is smaller or equal to 100. So we use the else option. But sometimes we have to check some other range. Like, for example, let's suppose that we have a huge if it's bigger than 100, and we have something like medium if it is smaller or equal than 100, and bigger than 50, for example. And not huge will be smaller or equal to 50. Okay? This small change means that this if is not longer good, because we gotta change this if. So in this case, we have three different options. Excuse me. We have three different displays: the huge, the medium, and the not huge. So the else if is another way of having an if without defining different ifs. I mean, you have an if like this one. If this is true, you're gonna display this is huge. But you can use an else if option. Okay? Else if option means that if this is not true, you go. I mean, the computer comes and check this else if to check another option. So we will change. If this is not true, it means that the temp is smaller or equal to 100. So we know this is happening, but we gotta check now this part. You know what I mean? So this is true because this condition was not true. So we're talking about that this is smaller or equal to 100. So now we gotta check if it is greater than 50. Okay? So if that is true, we will display this part. I'm sorry. We will display, I'm gonna copy this part, I'm gonna paste it, and this is medium. Okay. Okay. So now it's different. So we'll use the else if to check if this is not true, then you go to the else. And let me check if this is true. So when this is not true, it means that it is smaller or equal than 100. So I just have to check if it is greater than 50. So I will check else if the temp is greater than 50. This is medium. Else means this is not true and this is not true too. So that means it's not greater than 100. Is not greater than 50, it means it is smaller or equal to 50. This is not huge. So if I compile this program and I execute it, I give the first value like 4, and sorry, let me move this just a little, just a little over here. Okay, and I don't know, like 8. This is not huge. This means it's smaller than 50. Uh, so you can run it and check the other one. Like to get a 50, you can have bigger than 50. Let's think about 7, 7, and I don't know, 10. That is medium. Okay. So this is the way you can have an elseif format. Whenever you have different values, you may use the elseif option. Uh, in this case, we will using the void function we just got before. It could be using any function, like for example, instead of having this void function, you could have another double function to return a value. Instead of displaying, you will return a message or something. So the thing is, you gotta understand the way we can use the else if. And most important is, in this case, you just check and compare for one condition. If this is not true, then it means that this is happening. So you just check this other condition. That is very important because you gotta be careful. Sometimes there you will see some guys like having this, uh, having like this uh, to check if it is smaller or equal than 100, and something else that is wrong. You don't need it. I mean, it's because this is not true. You don't have to check if it is smaller. Be careful, guys. It means that you don't understand very well the if. So this is the way you can use the if, else if. So you can have several different else if, like a lot of, and the last one could be an else. It could be, remember, the else is optional, okay? And it means none of these conditions was true, that then you use the else, okay? I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial and see you in the next tutorial, guys. Bye.